Sorry, my network is the problem this side. Where I am, the network is a problem, but oh, that's where we end it, right? Can people hear me? Am I back?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. So we have been on the significance, and we said significance, you should clearly show how the research is benefiting the organization you are doing it for and the academia. That was 1.4. Then 1.5 is the scope. 1.5 is the scope. So in the scope, you should tell us what your research is exactly going to cover. So example, if I say I'm developing a timetable management system for Kumba University, okay? So you tell us that this timetable management system, which you have developed, is basically only in Kumba University, okay? It is not involving other universities. And then you are going to tell us it is going to involve all the schools at Kumba University, or it is only for one school, say School of Computing, okay? Because when you say developing a timetable management system for the universities, then at the end of the day, you tell us it is Nkumba. We shall tell you, is Nkumba the only university? So these are the questions we are going to ask you. And then we are going to tell you, can you define your topic very well? Okay. So you should clearly tell us what you are covering, what your research is covering. If it is a library management system, is it for Nkumba University? Is it for secondary schools? Is it for primary schools? Is it for anyone using it? Is it for the entire world? Is it for so you should be clearly tell us the scope, what exactly, what domain, what area you covering. Okay, so you should be clear on that. So that is what is expected in chapter 1, introduction. Then from there we go to chapter 2, which is literature review. Now chapter 2, literature review, means you are not the first person to do research in that. You are not the first person to develop a timetable management system of a university. Many have developed them. So the question is, why are you coming even up with another timetable management system? After all, many people have developed them. So in your literature review, you are going to look at various people who have developed these timetable management systems. Okay? See what they have done. Then tell us what they have not done. Tell us the gap in their work. Then now that gap is going to become the information or the problem statement which you are going to use to solve the problem. So where they have failed is that's why you call research is about bringing new knowledge. Don't tell us what they have done already. Okay? If your research is to look for a cure of AIDS, HIV, don't tell us you are going to also come up with ARVs. ARVs have been there already. Then what are you doing? But you tell us so and so tried. But the only thing you could do is to come up with ARVs. And if ARVs are taken every day, okay, which is a problem to these people, taking these tabs every day, 3 times a day is a problem. Then you say, for me, I'm going to go beyond ARVs, and at least I may not get the cure, but at least I'm going to get a medicine which they can take once a month or once a week. Okay? Once a month. Then there we can say, okay, that is good research. People have been suffering, taking every day, 3 times tablets every day. For how many years, we don't know. But now if you can lessen that burden and you say now, mine, they are going to take once a month, or once a week, or once a year, then everybody is going to be inquisitive to see what you are going to do. Okay? So literature review means go through what other people have done, then find their gaps, As you do literature review, you quote. If you read a book by Kauma, say, as Kauma said in his book so and so, page so and so, in the year so and so. Okay? Don't make them your words. Quote where you got the information because it is not yours. We are going to catch you of plagiarism. We are going to catch you of plagiarism and we shall say that is not your work. You have stolen someone's work and it's not allowed in research. And when you are doing literature review, look at the key concepts from your topic. For example, my topic, if it's developing a timetable management system, okay, then I have to tell exactly what is a timetable management system. My people, they need to know what it is and what does it do. All this comes out in literature review. Break down your topic, okay? In literature review, break down your topic so that the readers can understand every keyword. So you should have those keywords. Timetable management system. What do you mean by management? Okay. What do you mean by a system? Okay. Yes, you have talked of a university. What is a university? In literature, if you tell us something about a university, so that we know exactly what you are doing. Okay. So all these things come into the literature review. Break down your topic to the extent that anybody is not going to look for you to ask you questions. Then write about what people have written about concerning your topic. Then come up with a conclusion which informs the problem statement, which informs the background to your study. Okay? So that is chapter 2. Then chapter 3 is the methodology. Chapter 2 is the methodology. Now, as you have come from chapter 2, you have concluded chapter 2, showing us the gaps, showing us what has not been done, what you are going to do. Now, when we come to chapter 3, you are going to tell us the methodology, how you are going to solve the gap in which has been identified in chapter 2. So you see that logical flow which we said. So in your methodology, you are telling us, I'm going to do A, B, C, D in order to cover the gap. I'm going to use the agile methodology. I'm going to use the waterfall methodology. I'm going to use design science methodology. I'm going to take you through these methodologies. Okay? And I show you how exactly each one is used. So you should choose one methodology. If you are going to use agile methodology, tell us how you are going to use this. Don't write us notes about agile methodology. No. Just tell us how you are going to use it to solve the problem. If you are going to use design science, don't write for us notes about design science because the people on the panel, we already know. Don't start lecturing to us how design science works. We know. And we are the people who have taught you these things. Now, someone comes and is lecturing to me how design science works. No. Just tell me how you are going to use it to solve the problem. Okay? Hope I'm clear. So explain how you collected data or conducted experiments. Now, for the project work which I gave you, this is where it stops. I expect only 3 chapters from you, and that is a proposal. So I expect you to come up with chapter 1, the introduction, chapter 2, the literature review. Remember, I told you I don't need less than 10 books. You know, if you have read only 10 books, that is not, it should be 10 plus books in your literature review because you have had a whole semester read these books. Then the final chapter should be your methodology. You can stop there. You may not go for the real research because the chapters which follow that are chapters of people who have gone for real research. So for your coursework, you stop at methodology. But then after that, in case you want to further your research, then from the methodology, you present your results and findings. Remember, in our objectives, we talked of assessment. So you start in, that is chapter 4 now, you present your findings, your results. You are just presenting them, okay? So present the data or findings of your research, okay? Then when you go to chapter 5, that's where you do the real designing. That's where you have the discussion. That's where you interpret your results. Then you link them to your research questions, comparing them with the existing research. And then that's when it is your findings that are going to inform you of the new development, of the new knowledge. Actually, you may even go to do research. You think that there is a problem, and that is the hypothesis, and you come up with your research shows that actually there's no problem. Then you just find that you have not done any research. Okay? The findings will tell you. Then finally, you go to chapter 6, which is the conclusion and the summary. I'm not explaining that because I want you to stop at methodology. But in your research classes, they will explain the rest of the chapters. Now let's go to the real writing of the paper. So the real writing now, introduction, start with a strong introduction, provide context for your research, state its importance and outline your objectives. That's what I have already explained. Then the main body has the literature review, which I have talked about, the methodology, the results discussion, conclusion, that is the recap of the main points, discuss the limitations of your research and suggest areas of future research. So in case you have not handled something, say for example, you have come up with the ARVs, which a person can take every month one. Then you say, I recommend future researchers to make those which one a person can make just one a year or one in 2 years. So you recommend people where they should begin from with your research, other people. Okay, any questions so far? Because we want to go to IT project management. Any questions so far?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, sir.
please.
I have a
Yes,
question.
yes, please.
I don't know what is the difference between introduction and the background.
Okay. He's asking what is the difference between introduction and background. Now, introduction is usually something small which is going to summarize what exactly your work is going to do. Introduction, sometimes some people use it as abstract. Introduction is basically a summary of what your work is going to do, or if you finish the research, it's basically telling us the entire book. It is introducing us to the entire book. Okay, that is introduction, introducing us to the entire book. But background now looks at the topic. The topic, yes, I chose a topic which says I'm going to look for a cure of HIV. Now, in my background, I have to tell exactly how did I come about to think of that topic. Is it really necessary to do research in it? Those are some of the questions. Is it really necessary to do any research in it? So there you have to quote things like you say, the Ministry of Health said in 1 year, 50,000 people die of HIV. Okay? So you are even giving us the evidence to show that really there is a problem. Okay? That's what we call a background. But now the introduction looks at your work, what you have done in the entire book, what is the entire book. But background gives us the basis on the grounds on which you base to choose that topic and you decide to do a research in that area. Have you got the difference between the two?
Yes, I got it.
Any other question? Someone says, what is the difference between coursework and project work? Yes. So coursework is a requirement for fulfilling the exam. You know, at the university, exam is 70% and coursework is 30%. Coursework is a requirement to fulfill the exam. Now, the coursework, the lecturer decides the mode of doing the coursework. Different lecturers, the university, National Council gives a lecturer a mandate to determine how he thinks the students are going to do the coursework. A lecturer can choose to give you a test, okay? That is also a coursework. Another lecturer can choose to give you a project work, like which I gave you. It is also a coursework, okay? So a coursework is just that 30%, which is added to the 70% to get 100%. But it depends on the specific lecturer to choose what he wants to do the coursework. Some lecturers may call you for oral. They can say, come for oral. Other lecturers might give you group work and say, do it in groups. Another lecturer may say, coursework, I'm just going to take the attendance sheets. So as long as every lecture you attend, I give you these points. Every lecture you attend, I give you these points. Then all together, they total up to 30 points. So it is the liberty of the lecturer to choose the modality of the coursework. So for my course unit, information technology, I chose to give you a project work to account for coursework. However, I can even choose to give you project work. I also give you an exercise or an assignment. So that is how the coursework, there's a difference between a coursework and project work. The one who asked that, I hope you have got the difference between the two. When are we writing 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and so on? Do we use the table of contents or we type in normally? It seems this person came in late, that's why he's confused. Let me do a recap. I said we begin with cover page. On the cover page is your topic. Your topic is followed by your names, followed by your student number, followed by your index number, and followed by the lecturer's name, who's teaching that course unit. Then it is followed by a statement which says a coursework submitted for the fulfillment of a course unit of information technology. Semester coursework, then followed by the month and the year in which you have submitted it. That is page 1. Then after that, we have what we call preliminary pages. And these are in Roman numbers. So the preliminary pages, that's where you have your approval. That is where you have your dedication. That is where you say this work has been done by me, has never those pages. You have a list of acronyms. You have a list of tables, a list of figures in case you have them. Acronyms, those are abbreviations. Then you have table of contents. All those pages come at first. Then you have also the abstract. Those are in Roman numbers. Then from there, you begin your chapter 1, which is numeric number 1. Chapter 1, introduction. And in chapter 1, we have said we have 1.1 is the background to the study. Then 1.2 is the problem statement. 1.3 is the objectives, but 1.3 is subdivided into two. 1.3.1 is the main objective. 1.3.2 is the specific objectives. Then we go to 1.4, which is the significance of the study. Then we go to 1.5, which is the scope of the study. So that is what I expect in your chapter 1. Then chapter 2 is literature review. So the numbering in chapter 2 will depend on your literature review, but I said you should not review less than 10 books. And we said literature review, we break down the topic. Look for the key areas in your topic. Like if it's a timetable management system, what do you mean by a timetable? What do you mean by a management system? If it's for universities, what do you mean by universities? And it's not you who defines the time, a management system. It is not you who defines the university, but you have read it from a certain book, the definition. Quote for us the book where you read it from. Again, you are not the first person to write about timetable management systems. Maybe Kaka Peter has written about them before. Maybe Kaka Peter never wrote about the one of Nkumba University, but maybe he developed one for Makerere University. Can you tell us what Kaka did? And the question, why are you developing? Why does it Nkumba University go to Makerere and bring the other timetable of Makerere and use it? Then you show us the gap. Yes, Kaka developed one for Makerere, but it's not working for Nkumba University because of ABCD. Then you tell us the gap there. Then you go to look at another one. Western University, they developed. How did they do it? Then you go to another one. Then from there, then you say, as we have seen in Nkum, for Western University, for Makerere University, and so on, all of these have developed this timetable management system. But in the context of Nkumba University, they are not sufficient enough because they're lacking A, B, C, D. So me, I'm going to develop a complex one for Nkumba University, but other universities also can use it. So that becomes now your gap. So your literature review ends with a gap. Then from there, you go to your chapter 3, which is the methodology. And the methodology is going to tell us how you are going to bridge the gap. Okay? I told you I'm going to teach you these methodologies in IT project management. That's where we shall look at the methodologies. Okay, any other question? I'm not going to handle IT project management today. I'll handle it next time because I don't want to confuse things. Today, I just wanted to take you through the research. The next time we shall look at the IT project management, because what you are going to do is a project work, okay? So next time I'll take you through.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Fine. When am I supposed to submit the project work?
If you check in the work, the deadline is there.
Okay.
Because
Thanks.
I have mixed schools here and they have mixed deadlines. I don't want to say this one when another school has a different deadline. But in your work, the deadline is there, depending on your school. If you're not sure, you ask your class coordinator, will tell you.
Okay, thanks.
But anyway, practically speaking, before you do your final exam, your project work must be in. Because it is when I'm marking the final exam, that's when I look at your project work. So if I, after marking your final exam and I don't find your project work, it means you have lost the mark. So before you do your final exam, you make sure your project work is in. Any other question? I want to end. So that you people also go and do other things. If someone wants to write about phone apps, is it okay? Yes, it is okay. It is okay as long as it's what you want to write about. It's okay, no problem. Is someone asking a question or you are making other noises?
Sir,
Okay. Yes, please.
when you gave us the outline, you wanted us to use, or you said we include the list of tables. So I'm asking if in my coursework, okay, in my project I don't have tables. So is it okay to leave it out?
There's no way. If you have no tables, then don't put a list of tables. But if you have tables, then depends on what you have done. Definitely, for you in this project, you will have no tables because usually tables are in findings in chapter 4 for findings. But now you are not going to go into findings, so you will not have any tables
Okay.
in your work because you are not going to do chapter 4 because tables are in chapter 4. Now, which table you are stopping at chapter 3 now? What tables are you showing us?
No, it's there. You said, is it one? 1 point something, you said list of tables.
I'm talking about the entire research.
No, the
Don't
one you
go-
gave us when you gave us the coursework.
Yes,
You
yes, list of tables have been clear. I have said if you have any tables in your work, then include it. But if you don't have, don't put it. Maybe someone in literature review has a table, okay? You may find that someone in his literature review has a table. So if you have that table in literature review, then put it, okay? If you don't have, but I'm saying tables are usually, most of the times tables are, chapter 4, there's no way you can avoid the tables because you are going to present your findings, okay? Any other question? Someone said, Morning Master, what if I design a system? Is it okay? Yeah, it is okay. It is okay as long as you know what to do. But for me, for this coursework, I expect you to stop at chapter 3, methodology. I don't expect you to go into designing systems. But if you design it, it is okay. But I don't expect you, and you are not going to get any marks for designing a system. The marks stop at chapter 3. But if you go beyond that, that is okay. You can give it in your final year project and they will give you marks. Okay, I think we can call it a day. People need to go and work this morning. Then next time we shall look at IT project management. Okay, have a nice day.
Okay, you too.
Sorry?
And you too.
Okay. Unless someone has a burning issue to ask.